Hey guys, this is not a video I thought I would have to make, but unfortunately you're watching this today because I made a video about a crypto project about 2 weeks ago that duped me and it ended up being a scam. So today we're going to talk about exactly that. I'm going to show you all the facts that I actually have in my possession. Just to make it clear, nothing said in this video is of a goal of defaming anyone. Nothing goes against the YouTube community standards. I just want to speak freely with the proof I have so that you can get the version that I have. Basically, you can get my version. As you can see, this isn't necessarily an easy thing to do for me because, well, I was duped, and the fact that I put out information that I 100% believed in, well, some of you guys might have been duped as well, which totally sucks. Anyways, I've got a couple pages that I'm going to go through and over. This is one of the, probably my second video where I have pretty much written down what I'm going to talk about. It's not sentences, it's not a script, but I need something in order to make sure that I don't forget anything. So this might seem a little bit different from my other videos. So the way I found out about I05 was on a Facebook Helium group. Some dude posted the link to the website and was like, hey, look at what they're saying. They're saying that you'll get $12 per Helium hotspot in the first 1,500 people to join the project. So I did a little bit of research on the technology and what they claimed on the website, and I decided to email them. I reached out to them. You'll have that email on screen right now, where I say, hey, I'd like to work with you guys. Is there anything that you guys would be open to, any kind of collaboration? And eventually we started talking a little bit. They were open to it, at which point I did a little bit more research, found the data and the information I could find, and then came out to the company with my flat rate per video, which is usually between $850 and $2,500 or $2,400. And I believed in this thing so much that I said, you know what? That's usually my flat rate, but I see that you're selling these Helium hotspot licenses for $50 a pop. Y'all know me, I just quit my job. I don't necessarily have a ton of money. So I said, hey, you know what? I'll accept that for me to make this video, you just give me 12 Helium hotspot licenses and we'll call it a day. That'll be my compensation because I fully believed in it. And as I've said in the past, I wouldn't ever promote something I didn't believe in. Furthermore, since they were supposed to be a company selling a product, it's normal, at least in the YouTube sphere, to have like some sort of affiliate link where when viewers will buy something, you get a little kickback from that. So we agreed on me getting $12 per Helium licenses sold and 20% of the value of any physical products sold, such as what they claim to be wearables, hotspots, etc. At the same time, he gave me the general guidelines for the video, which is some stuff that some brands will do. They'll be like, hey, we want you to talk about this aspect of this product, and some other brands won't do it. They'll be like, well, do your own research, figure out what you want to talk about, and then there have other brands that are extremely specific, and those are usually the ones you don't want to work with. Well, he just gave me general guidelines and said, basically, go ahead, make a video. By the way, this was not a signed contract, which was a huge mistake on my end, but it was basically an agreement by email, which I believe you already saw on screen, where they said we consider this email binding between basically you and us in order to deliver on the contract and the promises of payment, etc. Now, the affiliate link that they gave me was actually broken. So at that point, I told them, and the person in question, which I was exchanging with, Joao or Jerome, something like that on Discord, told me that he'll have the marketing team look at it in order to fix it. So I was like, okay, you know what? It happens. Maybe they went a bit too quickly installing the affiliate app. I'll give them the time. I'll start producing the video. It usually takes me a couple days to make a video. The video you're watching right now, I made as quick as possible because I didn't want any more people getting into I05, more people getting duped. But we'll talk a bit later about that. I had a couple unanswered questions about the research I did, so I asked him personally by email, still in the same like email thread answer, and he explained stuff that totally made sense, and that made me believe even more in the project. I was like, this is actually going to go somewhere. I'm happy I'm super early in it, and I'm happy I'll get to give out the info to the people that follow me super early, because as you know, as I say in a lot of videos, when you get in early is where the real money is made. So basically, I trust this dude with the whole thing. Besides the research that I did myself on the technology to make sure that it was actually possible to use the frequencies that they claimed in order to use IoT objects on those said frequencies. And the weird thing is that still up to now, the affiliate link never worked. He said that he'd track sales manually through anybody who clicked on the link would have a special landing page, and so that he'd be able to calculate the number of landing pages per purchase, etc. So they basically said that they tracked these sales themselves, which I guess is the first step where I should have been, hey, this is a red flag. This is shady. But I just trusted the project. I was really excited about it. And unfortunately, well, you'll see how it went. The video went public on August 26th at 5:46 p.m. my time. And it started getting a good amount of traction. It was getting, I believe, like over 100 views in the first hour, which isn't unseen for my channel, but it's usually more the Helium videos that get that kind of traction. And so I was getting a couple DMs on Discord. I was getting a couple comments on YouTube, and I said, guys, you know what? I can't answer everybody. I'll put a link to I05's Discord in the description. So that's what I did, and when people came to talk with me, I'd usually direct them to the Discord, where there was a lot more information than on the simple website. So basically, if you had a question, you could go on Discord, ask the team directly, and they would answer you pretty much in under 5 minutes, which was, to me, something that I considered amazing. But someone recently came in my DMs and said, you know what, big teams that have real projects don't necessarily have the time to answer that fast. Usually devs. These people aren't devs, though. I believe they were just the people taking care of the business and company and communication side of things. Anyways, I put the Discord link. People started joining up the Discord and asking questions, and they'd get their answers, and people were reassured the same way than I was. And so people started to believe in the project, buying up licenses, buying up wearables, buying up miners, etc. Now, on the same day the video goes live, the team tries their first SMOK contract payment, which basically means that everybody in the first 1,500 people that were supposed to get these said fixed rewards per hotspot would get a payment of $12. It was a test payment. So I received that. A lot of people received it as well. And they had a channel in their Discord that said flex your rewards. So people started posting the fact that they'd actually received money. For me, that was already 100% confident in the project. This was huge because it meant that other people that didn't believe in it from my video would look at that and be like, well, you know what? This might be legit. Let me get into it. I don't want to get into it too late. And so I guess they basically like roped us in even more. 2 days later, on the 28th of August, they started paying out the full fixed rewards to the first 1,500 people, which means that myself and around 1,450 people, because as I said, some addresses were wrong, some people provided the wrong network. So approximately 1,450 people received their rewards. For me, that was $12 per Helium hotspot. I own 12 of them, so that reward was $144. Once again, everybody posted on Flex Your Rewards, and the hype started to grow. The next day, the 29th of August, the same thing happens. The first 1,500 people get their rewards. I get my $144. I'm totally stoked. This thing's going amazingly well. I'm like, I made a deal with this company to make a video. They gave me $600 worth of Helium licenses, which were going to pay me a total of around $21,000 in the first 6 months. Which, yes, is an obnoxiously high return on investment. But the thing is, with crypto, you see these kinds of things happen all the time. So nobody doubted it. As long as people were getting rewards, everyone was happy. Everyone was getting even more into the project. I even reinvested some of my rewards to buy a physical product from them that they call a down converter. And unfortunately, I believed in it so much that I paid with crypto when there was an option to pay with card. So I guess I'm never getting that money back. Now, on the 30th of August, the video was starting to do very well, and more people were entering the Discord, to which point where the team said, we have too much work right now, don't worry, the rewards are on their way, we'll get them figured out in a couple of days, just please be patient. We're taking care of everybody one at a time. And since most of the people that were in the Discord had already received rewards, they were more than happy to be patient. Some asked a couple questions. Others were usually like, guys, lean back, chill, we'll get them, no worries. So one day goes by and they're still onboarding all the newcomers into the project. We're the 31st of August. I get paid my fixed rewards as well as all the other 1,500 first. And everything's jolly, everything's green, everybody's happy. The team's starting to get a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of people coming into the Discord, asking the same questions over and over. And so they start really structuring the Discord in a way where you can find all the information to the basic questions very easily. Now, on the 1st of September was supposed to launch the project for people that were not in the first 1,500. This means that everybody that purchased a device before would get what they called a bounty payment, which I talked about in my last video. I didn't even talk about the bounty payment because that was not a thing at the time. What I said in my last video was that every helium hotspot would get $28 per day. Unfortunately, I misunderstood something, and basically the $28 per day, after a lot of people joined, went down all the way to $8.50, I believe. But that reward was supposed to be paid to everybody that purchased before the 1st of September. Eventually, the end of the day comes and no reward is to be seen. No fixed reward, no bounty reward. The next day, on the 2nd of September, they paid out what they called variable rewards, which was around $3.50 per hotspot. And same issue as the first 1,500, the smart contracts had some wrong addresses in them. Some people had provided other cryptocurrency addresses than Bitcoin, so it was a hassle for everybody to get their rewards, but in the end, I do believe everybody got them. The bounty rewards, remind you this, should have been paid on September 1st, but eventually they arrived on the 6th. Everybody's happy because they're just happy to get their rewards, right? People continue flexing in the Flex Your Rewards channel. Everybody's happy, everybody's getting money, everybody's supposedly getting a super fast return on investment. And another couple of days go by, and on the 9th, where they were supposed to pay out rewards daily, on the 9th, they paid out the rewards for what they said was from the 2nd to the 8th, variable rewards, which personally I only received one day of those on that date, but they kept paying out rewards, so everybody was still happy. One thing I will say is the fact that these rewards were a little bit scattered instead of being daily as they were supposed to be. Some people started asking questions in the Discord, to which the team always had a great response of, be patient, we're working on it, everything's going to happen in time, these are our treasury figures, you'll get this, just basically, please be patient, we'll get to you, don't worry about it. And from the fact that they technically did pay out pretty much every reward before that, well, people trusted them. The only thing is, I am not necessarily what you would call the most patient kind of person, so I was a little bit aggravated myself by these rewards coming out in that sort of way instead of what they told us they should have been. Furthermore, I was getting more and more private messages saying, hey, SMOKLM, is this legit? Can I go into it with no fear? To which usually most of the time I'd answer, ask questions on the Discord, check it out for yourself. If you're not comfortable with it, don't get into it. But personally, I've been getting rewards. So as per the agreement we had, I05 was supposed to pay me affiliate commissions 24 hours after each sale, which means if anybody bought something through my link, which didn't really track anything, on the 1st of September, I05 should have paid me out in crypto as they said in the agreement on the 2nd. Now, regarding these commissions, I asked Joao on the 29th, meaning 3 days after the video went live, hey man, where are we at with the affiliate sales commission? What's going on? And he answered me, hey, your affiliate sales commission are around $3,000 at the moment. Let's talk about it tomorrow. And so I reached out again on the 30th, the 31st, still without any answer, even though we should have talked about it on the 30th, as he said. And I reached out again on the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, and the 8th of September, which basically every single time I was ignored. The only time I got an answer was on the 7th of September, where one of the team members that I spoke to, called Maria, or whatever her real name is, said, hey, he's in a finance meeting right now, so we're getting everything sorted for you, don't worry about it. Then Joao answered me and said, hey, your affiliate commissions are now up to $34,552. we will make the payment release today. As you can imagine, for a 24-year-old, that amount is just otherworldly. It would have changed my life. And so I was, I guess, in some sense ecstatic. But at the same time, the fact that they didn't reply very much, I was still a little bit stressed. And I didn't celebrate until they actually sent the payment my way. I answered by saying, okay, good, you have my Bitcoin or my BNB address. Basically, I'll be waiting for the payment. One day goes by, and I was supposed to receive the payment the night before. I say, hey, if I haven't received any payment before midday today, the video will go private, just because I fulfilled my part of our agreement. Up to now, besides the 12 Helium hotspot licenses, which had some jump in what they called rewards, meaning that not full rewards were paid out. Basically, I did my part and they didn't do theirs. To what this guy answered, hey, we've got 70% of people that bought through you that did chargebacks. So the chargeback issue started happening, I believe, 1.5 days before that. A chargeback's not necessarily an easy thing to do. My bank won't let me do chargebacks. In order to get a chargeback approved, at least with my bank, I have to prove the fact that some service was not done or done in a wrong manner, or prove that I have not received an item, or that my credit card numbers got stolen and that something was a scam. I did not make the payment myself. So chargebacks aren't an easy thing to do. And he claims that in a day and a half, 70% of a lot of people ran chargebacks and that he'd have to recalculate the amount and whatnot. I said, okay, well, you do you. My video is going private today, and that's that. Eventually, an hour and some minutes later, I put the video in private and I start receiving a lot of private messages saying, hey, why did the video go private? Is there a problem? What's going on? And eventually I realized that it's not okay to put a piece of content in private without saying something about it. So I make a small community post on YouTube, a text post, which was not all defamatory. And I start typing it out and I get a message from someone on Discord saying, hey, I05 isn't legit. They're a scam. Which I'm like, you know what? It's just one of those other people that doesn't believe. It happens with every project. There's still people saying that helium's a scam, that they'd never buy a helium miner or whatever. In every single crypto project, there's pessimists and people that are more positive, like usually I am. So I stopped typing out that community post and I start answering to the guy. And eventually he comes up with some pretty solid proof that I05 did what's called TVA usurpation, which is basically using information from another company. Basically, they're trying to act as if this was their company, but it's actually not at all. I'm a bit sketched out at that point. I finished typing my community post, and I explain in the community post that certain doubts have been brought up to my ears, and that please be patient. I'm getting back from visiting some family very far away. I'll try to put a video out quickly, just to clear the situation. Like, we'll see how this goes, you know? After receiving those informations from this guy on Discord, I say, you know what? It looks like good information, but let me just verify it myself. I do further research, basically the exact same research than the guy sent me, but I want to do it on my own to make sure that I'm not being manipulated in any way to like crash I05 by someone that would be like a helium fanboy and would hate competitors. And eventually, through the TVA number, I find the name of the guy that is supposed to be the owner of the company. So I shoot him out an email. I'm like, hey, are you I05? Are you affiliated with them? Are you IoT Tech Europa LDA? And he replies with the same reply that guy had sent me in Portuguese, but he replies in English, as I sent mine in English. I'm assuming it was a copy-paste because he probably got a couple of these emails already. And he basically denies any ties with I05. He says that they're usurping their company information, that they have absolutely nothing to do with them, and that he'd already warned the judiciary police to start procedures to get going against them. At this point, I'm still far away from my setup right now where I'm filming, and I'm like, this is not good. This is definitely not good. I start, I guess, stressing a little bit, feeling some pressure. And guess what? In the next couple minutes after releasing my YouTube community post, I05, with their own info email, sends me a cease and desist, which you'll be able to find in the link in the description, which I went over with my attorney, which they don't believe I have, but I do. And their cease and desist is total bullshit. First of all, it should have not come from them, but from the attorney. Secondly, at the bottom, you can see that it was made on Rocket Lawyer, which I looked it up, is basically an online website that helps you make your own legal documents. But the thing is, if you made it yourself, why on the top right do you have the name of a legal firm in Portugal? You made this yourself. So first of all, no standing. Inside of the cease and desist, there were a couple things that looked very shady. The first one being, I'm in France, I05 is supposed to be in Portugal. They used some of the wording and procedures of American law, which makes absolutely no sense if you're a Portuguese company trying to sue a French person or get them to stand down with the cease and desist. Furthermore, on an announcement they made on Discord, they said, hey, we basically have an agreement, but we don't have any contract at all. But in the cease and desist, it says, hey, we have a contract of service together. They're saying yes, but they're saying no with fake legal documents. That's when I knew this was over. This was done. I could not deal with them anymore. I got banned from their Discord entirely. I couldn't post anything in there. I couldn't reply to anyone. And I started really feeling the pressure of, I got duped really badly here, and I put out false information about a scam. I even looked up the attorney that claims to be on a cease and desist. First of all, dude doesn't exist. Secondly, on the firm's webpage, doesn't exist either. And the firm webpage even lists their trainees. So a confirmed attorney should be listed on there. Anyways, as I said, at this point, I'm 100% confident that I got entirely duped. This thing's a scam. I fucked up. I promoted a scam. Very bad. Very bad. This is the same day I take my train back from where I was visiting family to my apartment right here. Eventually, I arrive pretty late, almost midnight, and I sit down and I think, how am I gonna deal with this? I was starting to receive a lot of messages because I was banned from the Discord. The video went private, the announcement I made, etc. And so after a couple drinks, I decided to do a live stream. And that's not the best image I want to send to you guys. But basically, I felt so strongly that this situation was very bad that I just needed to get the information out somehow. The live stream was the way to do it. And today I'm coming at you guys with this video. I05 decided to make a whole deal out of the live stream, trying to decredibilize me, basically trying to be like, hey, look at this kid. He did a live stream where he had a couple drinks. Why are you going to listen to this kid? Like, basically, fuck him, kind of. It was kind of like a fuck me, you know? After all this, I go to bed, and I know what I have to do. I have to put out a video as fast as possible, which is the video you're currently watching, explaining the whole situation with all the facts that I possess right now. I created my own Discord server where people could come and discuss the subject of the I05 scam. Apparently someone, or even someone from the team of I05, decided to come into Discord, and they screenshotted a message that I posted publicly saying, if you're involved with I05 right now and you paid with credit card, please run a chargeback, basically get your money back, get away from it as far as possible. To which the Joao dude emails me back, and he's like, second element of the cease and desist and defamation, blah, blah, blah. That's not how you do legal stuff, buddy. Like, no. They did more and more announcements on their Discord saying, hey, SMOKLM's basically a kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I05's legit. Basically trash talking me as much as possible so people would still stay in the project. They even claimed that they'd bring me in front of court and that they'd send what's called a huissier de justice. Basically, they'll send someone to my apartment to get me served with a convocation or whatever, which I totally don't believe in. Bunch of lies, like the rest of whatever comes out from their messages. Apparently, huissier de justice is bailiff in English. I just looked it up. I'm not totally sure of the term. But basically that they were going to pursue further legal procedures against me, which, as I just said, they can off. They asked people to actually go to my channel and report me in the cease and desist. They said, we'll get your YouTube channel blocked, blah, blah, blah. That's just, I guess, the story between me and I05. I want to say that, unfortunately, they were very good. I got duped. And by getting duped myself, I put out a video with information about a scam. And some of you guys might have went and got into I05 because of the video. As I said in the beginning of the video, I totally trusted this project. Everything seemed to be nice and rewards were flowing. There was no reason to be scared or sketched out. I do believe that they're still sending out rewards to people in the Discord. I don't know because I don't have access, but someone did say on my Discord that they were getting rewards. Now, the fact that some of you found out about I05 and went and got into it following my video just honestly sucks. Some crypto YouTubers never show their face, never tell you their names. I'm not that kind of guy. I would have no interest in doing something like this when y'all know that now YouTube's my full-time job pretty much. If you're still involved in I05 and you paid with a credit card, please run a chargeback with your bank as fast as possible. I'll have all the elements and screenshot in a link down in the description if you want to use that to go to your bank. Besides some of the rewards, I05 have not paid me a cent on commissions on affiliate sales. I'm now banned from the Discord because they don't want me in there because they know that I'm the one that's going to burn them to the ground. And I guess they kicked out my address of the smart contract because I'm not getting rewards either. A YouTube video shouldn't be enough for you guys to blindly jump into a project. I hope that most of you know that you have to do your own research, even though you watch one of my videos about any different subject. I always say, read the white paper, read the light paper, do your research. I'm sorry that I made a video where I spread false information around a scam, and I promise to do my best so that it won't ever happen again on this channel. As I said, I opened my own Discord server. If you guys care to stop by, free speech is totally encouraged. There'll be no censorship besides anything that would be racist, sexist, misogynistic, etc. So as long as you're not insulting someone for no reason, you can even trash talk about any projects and whatnot. I am looking for admins in there because I'm not that skilled with Discord. So yeah, let me know, and well, I'll catch you guys in another one. Peace.